Welcome to the Melany Viljoen podcast, all the way from Tammy Taylor Nails South Africa head office. In my podcast, I interview some of the most influential people. My podcast is here to inspire you and to help turn you into the superstar that I know you can be. We have a very special guest here today, Katlego, Danke. She is a South African actress, TV presenter, and radio DJ. How did you get started?
So I had to ask myself a very, very serious question, I think, about first year varsity. And after failing a BCom,
oh my gosh.
I was like, okay.
That must have been so sad for you.
Devastating, especially because I was always like a very high performing student.
Oh, and hard on yourself.
And it was like, what? So,
what's happening?
I suppose it was accumulation of things. My parents got divorced the previous year.
That's usually a factor.
Exactly. So, there was a lot going on that I wasn't necessarily aware of consciously.
Yeah.
And so at the end of that year, when I failed the BCom, I then had to ask the question, what do I want to do?
Yeah.
Who am I?
Yeah.
What is it that I want to do in this world?
At least you figured it out early on, right?
Yeah. And that's the thing. That was the make or break. In that moment, my father was like, okay, I'm happy to support you in whatever it is under the sun you want to do.
Oh.
I'm sorry for forcing you into the BCom, but now
you have the knowledge now.
And now I'm willing for you to do whatever, and I'll support you. But whatever it is, make it work.
Make it work.
Make it work. So I had to ask myself, okay, what makes me tick?
Yeah.
What am I happy doing? What am I passionate
about? And so you had to go and figure that out.
Yeah. And
how long did it take?
It didn't even take long. I think it took about a week.
Did you just know you loved acting and presenting and
I suppose
people?
I went to what I was like, okay, what do I like doing? And I was like, okay, I really enjoy the acting. I enjoy doing.
Yeah.
And I was like, okay, what have I been good at consistently?
Consistently good at
over the years.
That's the big question.
And that's the big question.
Yeah.
And I was like, oh,
okay.
Well, it's acting.
Yeah.
And I was like, well, why don't I try that? And it had never crossed my mind as a career, ever. It was the first time I ever thought, hey, maybe I should try this thing out.
Wow. And so did you practice? Did you watch videos? Who set you up to do that first role or that first interaction or audition? How did that happen?
So what happened for me was that I went through a 4-year degree. I got my honors in acting. So when I graduated eventually, thank you, I then, I thought to myself, which area of acting, where in the industry do I want to go? Because you're young and you're new to the industry and you don't know so much and you're just like, okay, let me just explore.
It's great that you were open to explore.
Yeah.
Because if you start with like your own ideas and you kind of have this way that you want to do things and it's acting, it kind of changes every day. Then that can't work really. So you have to be open to explore, right?
Absolutely. I'm an open mind, and what we do is essential.
Yeah, very.
Absolutely essential, because you've got to have that creativity, right?
Yeah.
To be able to go into any space, any mind space, any physical space, create any environment.
Create an environment, right?
So all of those things, you've got to be very open-minded. So when I went into it, I was just like, okay, if whatever it is that lands on my plate, I'll try it. I'll give it my best shot, and I'll try it and see.
I think giving it your best is already step one to success, right?
Always.
Just give it your best.
Always. You can't go wrong.
You can't
go wrong. Because even if you don't get it right 100%, but at least you've given your best shot and you've had the best experience of it. So next time, do I do something different?
Yeah.
Do I change something? Do I go a different route?
And so giving it your best is really hard work.
Exactly.
It's really like you have to apply your mind.
You have to apply your mind. But with something that you enjoy, comes easy.
Oh, right.
It's like, oh, wow, okay, this doesn't even feel like work.
Okay. I think sometimes we don't really get how some people enjoy it so much. And then we're like, oh my gosh, it's such hard work probably. And you're like, no. It's fun.
Yeah, and it's a lot of fun, you know. So I think I learned a lesson in that, to have work feel like fun, you have to do something you enjoy. And really, really be able to apply yourself so that during the hard times, when it gets a little bit harder to pull yourself out of bed or you've got challenges, then at least you've got that passion that rides
I really love what you say about enjoy, right? And I feel like we should zoom in on that a little bit. Because a lot of times when you're so hard on yourself and you haven't found that passion yet, it's kind of like torture to try and make money, and you kind of don't even enjoy the people that you're working with maybe. Yeah. And I mean, that's just bad for any human being not to enjoy. And so if you're surrounded by really negative people and you work in a job where you're not enjoying it, I'm not saying you have to enjoy all of it all the time, but some of it at least has to be a little bit of, a passion or fun, not fun necessarily, but a passion, something that you feel is making an impact somewhere.
And that, again, is the next step.
Yeah.
So for me, in every role that I've taken, in everything that I've ever done, I've always had to ask myself, how is my role translating to the public, right?
That's true.
So what is it somebody can take away from this role?
Yeah.
I've always been drawn to roles that, for me, uplift, particularly uplift women.
Yes.
Because I'm like, we need more stories where little girls can look up and say, that could be me.
Yeah.
Or I'm in that situation, I could make a different choice. I could choose maybe something different that could make me happy, that could make me successful, that could make me, a little bit more comfortable in my life,
Your life, just a little bit. Yeah.
Be. But just to give that upliftment, I think, in everything that I do makes the difference. Everything, It makes me just feel like at least my job is having an impact somewhere, somehow.
Yeah, that's part of living purposefully.
Absolutely.
I've researched a little bit, like long time ago, about what makes you happy in a day. And I mean, there's a few things. One of it being feeling like you are adding value somewhere and feeling like you are making an impact. It's just human nature to want to feel like you are doing something great, even if you're not. You just want to feel like it, at least.
You just want to feel like it.
And it also boils down a little bit to what kind of a personality you are, right? Yeah. And so it sounds like you're an accommodator. You get those three personalities that Harvard broke it down to, right? 5 and then 3, which is the accommodator, relationships first. Almost putting people first before you. Then you have an assertive that's very much like Donald Trump. Time is money.
Yeah.
Doesn't care about the relationship,
Doesn't care what they
and
do.
they do know how to make money. And then there's the analyst, someone that comes across as cold, but they're just analyzing. And you seem very much like an accommodator, which makes you the best person to inspire and uplift. And I'm also an accommodator.
Really?
Awesome. Yeah, they say we don't necessarily, we get distracted easily, and we're not like the best at money making, but we're the best at relationships, and that's step 1 to money making. Yeah. And so I really had to learn that, the accommodator in me wants to build relationships and wants to chit chat, but there's not really a lot of solid things that's born from it, because we just keep building and
building relationships
are not a business, you know what I mean? And so, but those are the best people to uplift other people, and I think that those are the women who are uplifting other.
The world,
right? We're changing the world. Yeah,
because at the end of the day, businesses aren't built on things.
Yeah,
businesses are built on people.
Yeah, exactly.
It's people who run businesses.
Yeah.
It's people who get things done in businesses. So if you don't have that relationship aspect to being a leader in business, then you're going to miss out on the whole thing.
Yeah, I
mean, all fall apart.
You can employ the assertives and the analysts.
Absolutely. Absolutely.
But we are in the business of people.
Yes.
And so people first. Yeah, you're absolutely right.
There is no business. Business runs on people. Without people, there are no corporations.
Business.
There are
operations are people.
Absolutely. Absolutely. So I think it's a very strong value to have.
Yeah, absolutely.
And I think for the longest time, like we think that it's about relationship building only and not about the business side. And I'm like, well, you can get people who are going to run those businesses for you. That aspect
absolutely
of business,
that could be assertive, and that could, they call it good cop, bad cop, but it's not really bad cop. It's just the assertive cop.
It's just the assertive cop. Exactly.
Yeah.
And even that, assertiveness isn't necessarily a bad thing.
You don't have to be a terrible person to assert.
Exactly.
It's like they say Oprah is an assertive.
Yes.
But she's not an ugly person while she asserts. She's just, straightforward.
Very clear.
Very clear, exactly, without burning or bombing the bridge, basically.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
So there's always like a little balance of both. I think that as human beings, we can all learn other aspects of other personalities.
Absolutely.
We can always strengthen our other parts that are a little bit weaker. But acknowledge and embrace the parts that we are and the parts that are strong.
Yeah.
And
know your strengths, know your weakness, and go from there. Absolutely.
Build on it.
Yeah.
Because it's a strength for a reason.
Yeah.
There's a reason why we were all created the way we are. We're all uniquely formed.
Absolutely.
And every single part of you is essential to your purpose, to who you're supposed to be in the world. So without that and without you embracing it, you won't be able to stand on your strength and be able to achieve whatever it is you're meant to achieve in this planet.
What are you hoping to leave behind one day when you are not on planet Earth anymore?
I'm hoping to leave a tribe of women who are self-assertive, independent, outgoing, like doing the most amazing things on this planet.
Well, this is
like
this
achieving.
Is part of it.
Exactly.
Your voice is going to be, what do they call it? In the universe forever. This podcast is there, going to be there forever.
Absolutely.
And so you wish to leave a tribe of women behind that are powerful and strong and
achieving amazing things, and living their dreams.
Yeah.
That for me would be, I can rest.
Yeah.
My soul can rest.
And if you're not living the dream, just find some happiness in what you do.
Absolutely.
Some passion.
And that is absolutely possible with whatever you're doing. It doesn't matter what you're doing. Even if you're in a job you hate, find something small that you love doing in that job. And it'll get you by.
And don't you think step one is to just avoid the negative people?
Yeah. Yeah, that's true.
Have you dealt with negative people in the past?
A lot.
Really?
A lot.
That are just like, they're so down and
and
they just want to complain.
And everything's always awful. You're like, what's going on? No, it's awful. It's horrible.
Yeah.
I
think, Shame, our caveman brain is wired to be 75% negative. And we must be aware of that. That your brain wants to protect.
True.
That there's a reason they call it the fight or flight mode.
That's true.
Neither one is good.
Yeah.
But now we're introducing fight, flight, or make friends. Can I eat it? Can it eat me? Or can I mate with it? Can I be friends with it?
Oh.
And so there should be that third one that we work into. I think the accommodators in us would have that third one, that third aspect.
We'd see the third aspect first.
Yeah, and so the assertives will just have a fight or flight, and people must be aware of it. Like your brain is wired to fight or flight.
Yeah. And then you're in panic mode. So that destroys society. Fight or flight destroys society.
It does.
So we need to find a way where we're embracing other people, trying to form bonds.
Neither one includes making friends.
Yeah, exactly.
And influencing people.
Because if you're running away from people or if you're fighting them,
it.
It's not building anything.
It's not building anything. Right? Yeah.
So we want to get to a stage where everybody's building together. They're working together to build,
absolutely.
and even build each other.
Yeah.
Because I think sometimes we always think of building as building something.
Yeah.
But we forget that actually as human beings, we don't stand alone. We're communities for a reason. We need that human connection for
we need the connection, but honestly, based on the research that your brain is negatively wired, right? 75%. I think it's just a human nature response to want to criticize and correct. We love correcting, but we don't like being corrected. And I think maybe we shouldn't see it as that we are breaking each other down. We must just recognize that we are all people and that our caveman brain is wired like that. We didn't choose this. Yeah. We didn't want our brain to protect us. If we could have the most positive brain in the world and utilizing all of it and making a change and a difference, we would.
Yeah.
But we are first made to protect and fight and correct people. And, that is kind of how human beings are going to be for the rest of the time.
Exactly.
And so you shouldn't see it as a negative thing. It's just people.
Yeah.
Don't take it personal. It's their caveman brain that's doing that. It's not them.
Exactly.
So give them a break.
Having that compassion for each other.
Forgive them.
And and have a little bit of grace.
Yes.
Because hey, Lord knows we've all been there.
Yeah.
At some point or another.
Yeah.
So you've woken up, it's a bad day, and you're like, it's going to be such a bad day today. And it hasn't even begun.
And mood plays a role. Like, I don't know if men get moods too.
Oh,
but
they do.
You think so? They wake up in a
do.
bad mood. Like we, as a woman, I could be upset so easy. Not upset being, I'm upset. Like my mood can be easily disturbed. Also, I think, again, because the brain is wired to protect. And that's something we should work on. And I think psychologists and psychiatrists must work that into, helping people.
Yeah.
Teaching them that this is not your fault, but let's have a strategy.
Yes.
To fight that.
Let's teach you how to cope.
Let's teach you how to cope with your caveman brain. Yeah.
Because it's also just, it's instinct, right? It's survival instinct, right?
That's the
Coming
word.
to save you.
Yes.
So you just need to tell yourself in some certain instances, you don't need to be saved. In a conversation with somebody else where they're saying to you, by the way, you didn't do so well in that last exam or whatever it is you were doing, instead of like, oh my God.
And you feel like it's the end of the world.
I'm going to fight them.
Yeah,
or I'm going to run.
Run.
This is the last time I do that in my life.
Yeah,
As opposed
exactly.
to that, should be like, okay, calm down.
Calm down.
Not a fight or flight. Like I'm not in danger. I am not in danger.
You're not in. Thank you.
Not in danger.
This
so
is
you
not
don't
the
need
end.
to save yourself.
There's nothing to save here.
Exactly. So just calm down, relax.
Absolutely.
Take the advice. Just listen. Okay. Maybe it's right. Maybe it's wrong.
Yeah.
It could even be wrong. But take it on.
Yeah.
Listen to it. Apply. Okay. How much of it do I take on board and change and better myself?
true.
And develop whatever it is I need to develop. And then you adjust accordingly. But you don't have to fight everything that comes your way. That's
true.
survival instinct. Yeah.
Don't have a survival instinct all the time.
Yeah, but I suppose that's the rat race, right?
That-
Because we live
absolutely.
in
As
a
humans.
world that says we're in competition with each other.
Yeah,
There's
right.
not enough to go around. So we're all just fighting each other for the little bit of meat, the little
Yeah.
scraps that come our way.
Yeah.
And it's like, it's not necessary, actually.
It isn't. But it's the way we are wired, and we have to just take note of it and kind of, like you said, work with it and decide what you want to take on board.
Yeah, yeah. And be selective about what it is you want as part of your journey or part of your story. Because I think at times we just live so unconsciously.
Yeah.
We're not aware that we're actually allowing things into our story that doesn't necessarily need to be there.
But it's hard to cut off as well.
It is hard.
Yeah.
It is hard because, you're human at the end of the day.
You are.
Yeah.
Yeah, and you don't be alone. And so I think people keep toxic people in their life because just, oh my gosh, I'm going to end up alone with no friends. And that's kind of also not ideal.
And that fear is so debilitating sometimes.
Right.
Like you fear, I'm going to be alone.
Yeah.
Okay, let me cling on to
this
the
person is
first.
going to hate me.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So let me just do something. Let me avoid the pain. But again, fight or flight. Survival instinct.
Don't avoid the pain.
Yep. Let's work through the pain. Let's see if we work through it, perhaps something better will come out of it.
Yeah, it will. They say your life at any given moment is a series of conflict. Small little series of conflict the entire time, all the time, like the whole time. And so if you take those and you turn it and you know how to deal with it, you know what to do with it, it could become something so beautiful.
And that's exactly what we want. At the end of the day, you want to get to the end of your life and say, I've achieved so much.
Yeah.
I've made something of those little conflicts. Those little conflicts didn't bring me down,
Yeah.
but I actually used them as stepping stones to get to wherever it is I need to go.
And if you actively do that and you actively are aware of that, I think your life could be so beautiful.
Exactly. The world is your oyster. Do you know what I mean? Like anything is possible with that type of mindset.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
So, nails. Let's talk beauty
talk
and
nails.
nails. Have you had a set of Tammy Taylor nails?
I have never actually.
Oh my gosh,
I have
friend!
never. We need to correct that.
Yes, we will. We will. Have you heard about the brand?
I have.
Have you seen what
have.
we do in our school? Okay, you haven't because
I took
Monday.
a glimpse. Yeah.
Oh, okay,
I took
cool.
a quick glimpse before I sat down.
So, what is your take back from the brand, the beauty, the nails?
Yeah.
Do you know about it?
What I've experienced it through friends. Other people have gone to your salons.
Nice.
And I've kind of like, nice nails.
Nice
there.
nails.
I like. And just, I think walking in through here and seeing and experiencing the brand, it's a different brand.
Thank you.
It's a quality
so generous.
brand.
Thank you.
No, it's a quality brand. I often say, for me, women are, we are the queens of this earth, right? We carry life. I mean,
We do.
What a responsibility.
Literally.
To bring life onto this earth and carry it for 9 months and be in charge and be responsible for it.
For the next 20 years after that.
And then the next 20 years after that.
Yeah.
That's a huge responsibility.
Very.
And then, you go and you want to do what you are wired to do as a woman, which is look after yourself and be beautiful.
Oh, that's true.
And be a queen, and just sit and be this gorgeous queen.
Yeah.
I mean, if you take into consideration all the things we have to do to beautify ourselves, it's quite an important ritual as far as us.
And we were wired like this to, they say that we are naturally born to attract a male.
Yes.
So we would sit a certain way, or we would, naturally without noticing it, you would sit in a way that makes you look vulnerable. It's the cutest thing. I read up on all these things and I'm like, what?
Yeah.
We were wired to want to have the longest lashes and the longest nails. And it's great. Can you imagine a whole industry for just your nails?
Right?
Think about that.
Sure.
Your nails is something that the caveman you must use it as tools and, to do things
Scratch
with it and scratch around and feel. Now it's you have to extend it and make it look nice.
And it's a beauty statement.
Right?
More than just something that's on the end of your hands.
Yeah. Now it's a whole
statement.
It's a whole statement that you are making about who you are. We have evolved, hey?
Right? So I just think, for me, what pleasantly surprised me is that you guys make someone feel special. Do you know what I mean? It's not just a nail bar. I'm just not,
it's not just another nail bar.
I feel special.
Yeah.
This feels like royalty.
Like the LV of nails, right?
Yeah.
Oh, that's
good. So for me,
good.
that's what I like about the brand the most. I think it brings about that feeling that says, this is something special I'm doing for myself. Because a lot of the time, women don't have the time. We don't have,
very much
we're so busy. We've got lives that just take over.
Even me.
Right? And you just don't have time. So
I'm
when
here
you
at this place with access to so many people doing nails, and I'm like, I literally don't have the time.
Right, right. So when you do sit down and you want to pamper yourself and you want to be special and look nice or whatever, you want to feel like you're special. You want to feel like you're a queen. You know what I mean?
But
So I
also
think your
have the
brand
quality
does
that goes with it afterwards. You don't want to pay for something that comes off the next day.
Absolutely.
That is just torture as well.
Yeah.
And that's where I identified a market. And we didn't know it was going to be this big. I mean, I have the best team and we have the best leaders in the company. And so I get to talk to the cool women of the world. That's how I spend my time, having fun.
Yeah.
And so we didn't know it was going to be this big, for women, for people, just because I valued quality when I got started. And I felt like this is very light. This is so different. It looks like glass. Something is different. And I thought it was only me. When you find something special, you think, it's just me.
Is it just me?
Or when you find that special hair type and you're like, oh, it's only me. It's just everyone probably, will think this is not it.
Yeah.
And eventually everyone was like, wow, this feels so light. And that's the cool part for me, is also changing lives and making women feel so oh, I found something cool.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Exactly. And for me, quality, anybody who knows me will tell you, for me, if I find something that's quality, I'll sing it from the rooftops.
Oh,
I'm
see?
that person.
Everybody.
Just did you see? Please try it out.
Naturally. So word of mouth is your best marketing.
Yeah, you want to share it with other people, because if you've experienced something good, you want your next person, some people you care about, to also share in this special
and
experience.
that is where in franchising we're struggling a little bit for everybody, because we have so many salons and so many nail technicians. For for everybody to be on exactly the same page is so the training is ongoing, the education is ongoing. You could never stop.
Yeah.
You could never stop educating people, because when will people ever be on the same page ever?
Yeah, exactly.
We are all people.
And you're always trying to find that balance. I suppose. But that's a natural, normal human being, thing, right? Because, what you think is like normal, to me, it might be a little bit low, it might be a little bit high. So we're always struggling to find that balance.
And my dream for the brand is for everybody to be on the same page.
Absolutely.
For every salon to be exactly, that salon that makes you feel so special and so unique and so awesome. And I think we are 90% there.
Yeah, that's good.
I would have loved for just everyone to be exactly like the way that I do nails, the way that Tammy is doing nails. I want everybody to be like that.
Sure, but 90% is high, especially in an industry where there's so much competition.
Yeah.
There's so many other brands, and they are not necessarily quality. Do you know what I mean?
It's
there
just
might be
service.
big brands, but it's just a service. You walk in, you just do your nails.
Yeah,
and it could be this shop or the other shop where it's like, I wake up in the morning and I'm thinking, oh, where should I go and do my nails? And it's like, there's so many options.
You can buy your bags at LV, you can go to Gucci, you can go to Balenciaga, you can. But where's the LV of nails?
Where's the LV? Where is it that you think, you know what?
I deserve
Even if
it.
I deserve that. I need to know that. Even if I have to wait like an hour or so. But
exactly.
I'm going to wait for that appointment.
Exactly.
I'm going there.
I'm so happy you see it like that.
That is good.
Yeah. No, it makes us very happy. And, the future is so bright.
Yes.
I mean, we just got started.
Sure.
And we still have, Gucci is celebrating its 100th year anniversary.
And how amazing is that?
Yeah. And so
it's been 100 years of Gucci.
In 200 years, I'll be gone, but this will still be out there.
Exactly.
Legacy, right? Like you said, you want to leave women behind better off than you found them.
Yes.
And not all women will agree with you. Some will get hurt in the process. Yeah. They will feel offended in the process. They will feel used in the process.
That's okay.
But at least for the majority, you would have made a big difference.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
And that's my dream. That's my wish.
That's great. So what's next for you, Mrs. Actress? Miss or Mrs.?
Mrs.
Actress.
For now.
In the acting industry, DJing. Do you have anything planned?
So I have started executive producing my own films. And directing.
Wow.
So I just finished my first short film last year.
Nice.
So I'm going into that very strongly. And then I'm also hoping to get very strongly into business. Just seeing where I can make a difference.
And make money.
And make money.
Like money follows passion. So it's great that we at least want to find something that we can fix, something that we can make a difference in. And if that makes money, even better.
Even better.
Yeah.
Even better.
Well, I love that. I love that. I love a woman who's unafraid to say, I want to make an impact and in the process make money.
Yes. Why not?
Why not?
Because that's what we're here to do, you know, at the end of the day.
We're not here to survive. We're here to thrive.
We're here to thrive.
And Tammy said to me once, Mel, there is so much money to be made in the world. You must just it's out there. Just go and get it. Go and make it happen. Because there is. And some of the money is with only 1% of the population.
It's concentrated with 1%.
Yeah. And so there's a lot for us to go and do.
Sure.
So that we can spread the love.
Exactly. Exactly.
Share the love, right?
Exactly.
And I'm just wondering now that you mention it, how good it makes you feel when we were in COVID, right? We couldn't do anything. All the salons were closed. Everybody was lockdowning, and you couldn't do your hair. You couldn't do your brows. You couldn't do your lashes. I was stretching at luckily I can do nails, right? I was the first one in the country to do nails, Tammy Taylor nails. And so for me, at least I can do it. But still, it's more special when you have that pro doing it for you. And so how did you cope?
Oh, it was awful.
It was torture, right?
It was absolute torture.
It's oh my gosh, I need my lashes.
What am I going to do? I needed to soak off. And I was like, how do I soak
now
off
what?
in my house?
Yeah.
With lemons? What do I use? It was crazy.
A knife? No, imagine.
That really put into perspective how
Yeah.
much we appreciate that beauty visit.
Yeah, right?
Really put it into
Yeah,
perspective.
do
together.
shame.
It's
And some of the girls, because we're an essential service, we provided masks and sanitizers, so
Yeah.
we were working.
Yeah.
And so the girls were like, Mel, I have a big problem. I have no foundation. I can't come to work looking nice. And I'm like, shame.
like,
Let's
I'm
make
so
something
sorry.
happen. Yeah.
Let's just organize
Luckily, I'm a
something.
natural hoarder, so I had extra.
Yeah.
Imagine.
That works.
Right?
That works. Thank
So my
goodness for the
skincare
hoarding.
at least didn't run out.
Yeah.
Because I'm a hoarder.
Yeah.
So I had
Yeah.
extras.
No, you and me alike. You and me alike. I promise. I always have extras of
Extras.
everything. It's like, but what would happen if you didn't buy
Yeah,
it? And I'm like,
right?
I don't know.
You see?
I don't know.
And that's why we hoard naturally. Our
Right?
cave woman,
Yes.
the cave woman in us, hoarding for when times are tough,
Yes.
hoarding for
Yeah.
if something
The rainy
happens.
day.
And the rainy day came and we had extra.
And we were ready.
We were ready. Thank you for being on the show. I really appreciate you so much.
Thank you so much for having me. It's been awesome.
It's been fun. It's been very, very, very nice having you here. Thank you.
Thank
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 you.
Thank
Thank you.